How much does it actually cost to run a theme park? What's happening, guys? Welcome down to a brand new video right here on Theme Park Insanity. Now, over the past kind of 24 to 48 hours, there's been a lot of discussion, particularly online and especially on our Facebook page, regarding the fact that theme parks are now costing far too much for families to visit. Now, there's many reasons as to why parks will price things the way that they do, and it got me curious, it got me thinking, and I thought, you know what, what's the actual average daily running costs of a theme park? Well, to do this, I looked into kind of the overall sort of financial reporting that is publicly available online for Flamingo Land Resort. And of course, going over the ticket prices again, you know, on the gate it's going to cost you $58. Online it's going to cost you roughly between about $30 rather, should I say, and $46. And then passes, etc., discounts. I mean, there's a whole host of ways you can kind of save money. But ultimately, those costs are there for a reason. And parks, believe it or not, are actually a lot more expensive to run than you actually realise. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the average running costs of Flamingo Land Resort from the financial reporting of 2023 to 2024. As I said, then all of this information is publicly available if you do know where to look online, and it's a very, very kind of easy amount of information to find, again, if you do know where to look. Now, to do this, I went on a common search engine, I put in a simple question: what is the average running costs of Flamingo Land annually? Now, it kind of threw up some figures, and again, these have all come from financial reporting and, of course, Companies House, all that sort of thing, because, of course, all this information is stored online and it's there publicly accessible for everybody to look at. And when I started to dig into this and I actually started to see kind of the costs involved, I've got to say, even I was shocked by how much it costs to run a theme park. Now, looking at these figures, and I'm going to kind of go over these with you now, it says, based on the recent Company House filing for the year ending 31st of March 2024, the average daily operating cost for Flamingo Land is approximately £85,000. Now, just let that sink in. £85,000 a day just to run and operate the park. £58 for a ticket isn't starting to look too bad, is it, when you consider what they're actually paying on their side? And even then, that's the higher end of it. I mean, it's still a lot of money. Granted, I still think it is a little bit too much, but looking into this, you start to get an idea why they're charging the amount they are. So as I said, 85 grand for running costs, should I say, per day. Now, it says this figure is calculated from an annual total operating expenditure of roughly 31 million. 31 million pounds to operate a theme park annually. Now, that's everything. That is literally staffing, insurance, daily running costs, electricity, maintenance. I mean, the list literally goes on. It is mental. Literally, £31 million just to run a theme park. Now, to me, at this stage, those costs aren't starting to look too bad when you consider that this is what they're paying on their side alone just to open to the public. Now, it says, obviously, that staff wage and salary costs, excluding directors, rose to 11.3 million annually, up from 8.8 million the previous year. Just to put that in perspective, tickets only actually rose on the gate by about £2 per person. Yeah? So I think they went from about 56 to 58 or 54 to 50. Regardless, it was literally a couple of quid, if that. But their costs went up by just shy of 3 million annually, just to pay the staff. Yeah? Really starting to put things in perspective, isn't it? Maintenance and repairs, annual upkeep and repair costs increased by £600,000 in the last period. So again, that's 600 grand just to look after and upkeep your rides. And you think of how many rides and attractions they've got, it's no wonder they're removing things that aren't financially viable to run. Marketing, of course, that's all part and parcel of business. That went up by £500,000 annually. So that's nearly half, well, that is $500,000. It went up $500,000 annually just to market the park to the public. Now, we already know it's there, granted. And there's a lot of us, you know, that do all the kind of sort of coverage of the parks, etc., and put things on social media. But to actually advertised by television, newspaper, sort of national media outlets to do that. Their costs went up in that 1 year alone by £500,000. I can't pronounce that word. I'm not entirely sure what it means, but charges for asset depreciation. Let me know how you say it in the comments below. Increased by £680,000 alone. Again, over £500,000 in costs that went up in that 1 year alone. So, yeah, their turnover grew to 31.7 million, up from 30.1 million the previous year. So it only went up by 1.3 million in terms of what they're actually making. And profitability, operating profit dropped significantly to 659,000 from 4.3 million operating profit. Just let that sink in, yeah? So it's gone down from 4.3 million the previous year to £659,000. And we're questioning why they're not putting in new rides and new. I mean, the reality is, and this is a small family-run park, yeah? Small family-run park. The likelihood is they ain't got the money to do it at the moment. No wonder they've sold off certain rides the way they have and removed them. I've got to say, the ticket prices at this particular moment in time, taking all of this into account from me personally, and I'm not just saying this as the fact that it's my home park, I'm saying it literally based on what I'm seeing by just looking this up online, seem very reasonable indeed. Now, Flamingoland, of course, offer a full range of rides and attractions. They offer the zoo, they offer catering facilities and all sorts, they offer shows. There's so much that they offer as a family-run theme park resort. They've also got the holiday village with entertainment every night. So you're bearing in mind that obviously they're paying an entertainment team, they're paying staff to run the ride, they're paying people to run the business, they're paying running costs, electricity, gas, lights, whatever you're going to think, insurance for the rides and the attractions alone, and it kind of gives you a bit of a rough idea here. There's so much actually involved in the cost of running a theme park. So at this particular point, given the fact that it is literally costing the park alone £31 million per year just to actually open and run it on a daily basis, given the visitor numbers that they've been receiving in the quieter periods, which literally some days don't even equate to about 500 people, is mental. Absolutely mental. Now, as I said, this is a small family-run park. It's not one of the major ones. It's not Alton Towers. It's not Thorpe. It's not Chessington. You wonder what their running costs will be, and you wonder just how much it's going to cost them to run their rides and attractions per day. Because I'll tell you something, it's going to be significantly more than that. You're probably looking at least 100 million a year, I'd imagine. Possibly even more, just to run Alton Towers. Ticket prices to me don't look too bad. I'm happy that ultimately the money that goes in, is getting spent. I mean, with Flamingoland, this year especially, they've made major improvements around the park. So when I see people online moaning about the fact that it's expensive and it costs so much and, the price increase is an outrage, it's very easy to kind of jump to the conclusion that, yes, it financially affects us quite drastically in terms of how much we spend and the amount of disposable cash we've got. But when you look at what's actually involved, and you look at just how much it's costing the actual park themselves just to open to you guys, I've got to say, I don't mind paying that. I don't mind paying that kind of 30 to 40 quid, 50 at a push. 58 is still too much. It's just a little bit much for what they're offering at the moment, if that makes sense. But when you look at why they price the tickets the way they have and why it costs the amount it does, it makes so much sense. It's unreal. This has been a real kind of eye-opener, rather, should I say, for me alone. And hopefully it's given you guys a bit of insight as well into why Flamingoland is charging what they charge. Because I'll tell you now, as I said before, it is a small family-run park. It's not one of the big boys. So there you have it. So I really hope this video has been helpful. I hope it's been insightful. It's given you guys a bit of an idea as to why that park in particular actually do charge what they charge. And as I said, I could look at all the other parks. I could look at Thorpe Park, I can look at Alton Towers, Fantasy Island, everything else. And I might well do that in times ahead as well, just to kind of try and draw a bit of a comparison between the more independent parks and obviously the big boys as well. Just to give you guys a bit of an idea as to what they're actually paying to open to you. But hopefully that kind of puts the the cost of actually visiting a park in perspective when you think of ultimately how much they're paying for, the costs involved, and how much it costs them on an annual basis. I'm not defending in any way, shape or form. Again, I'll still offer an honest opinion, but that is quite an eye-opener. It's a £31 million a year eye-opener, and it's an 85 grand a day eye-opener. That's a lot of money just to run a theme park. It really, really is. But yeah, as I said, hopefully this has been helpful. If you do want to see more videos like this and you enjoyed this, I'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to avoid missing out on all future uploads we've got here coming on the channel. And if you've enjoyed this video in particular, why not hit the like button to let me know, and comment your thoughts on this in the comments below, guys. Do let me know what you think. But for now, guys, I'm Joe, this is Theme Park Insanity, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.